very much for pre-recording that. That was very, very just, it was brilliant. It's, that's the thing about this festival, right? Like, people coming together, and when none of us are perfect, right? And we're open to be not perfect, and we're just sharing our journeys so other people don't feel alone. That's, so you feel like you belong. And I just want to thank the organisers for letting me be a part of this, because that, hearing people's stories and hearing their journeys makes me feel like I'm not alone. So thank you very much for that, Kirsty. And also thank you to Jasper A before. Also, that was Jasper A's video was a part of a local photographer called Spoz, a blogger. So thank you very much it was great quality and it was fantastic. I feel blessed to be able to facilitate this today. All right. So next up on our program, we have another panel discussion, I believe, with Nunkuwarrin Yunti. My wife has only ever pronounced it as Nunk. That's all I've.
That's good.
Hey guys, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Well, thank you for joining us at this Festival of Now today to tell us about what you do, and you're going to be talking about the importance of cultural humility. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. Well, let's go.
So, hi everyone. My name's Kerry-Ann Campbell-Jones, and I'm the team manager for Nunkuwarrin Yunti's mental health recovery team. And this is Shelley Ward, and she's one of our senior Aboriginal narrative therapists. Just before we get started, I'm just going to pass to Shelley.
And okay, so I'd like to do an acknowledgement. So I'd like to acknowledge the Kaurna people as custodians of the lands and waters of the Adelaide region in which we meet today. So, and we also pay respect to elders, both past and present, and acknowledge and respect the Kaurna people's cultural and spiritual, physical and emotional connection with the land, waters and community.
So a little bit about us. So we're the leading Aboriginal community-controlled organisation in Adelaide, and we offer counselling and psychological services across our 3 locations in Elizabeth, Christie's Beach and Wakewood Street in the city. We also offer outreach programs as required through face-to-face, online and telehealth to our remote communities as well. Our counselling and psychological services are delivered through evidence-based modalities with focus on cultural humility and cultural competence. And our sessions are conducted by a team of 13 mental health practitioners. We have psychologists, mental health social workers, counsellors and Aboriginal narrative therapists as well. We also provide clinical care coordination for clients with complex and high needs in our community, or where clients are experiencing complex comorbidities. We work with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and their carers and family members because we know how important kinship is in this community. We're now also running the Disability Royal Commission targeted counselling program for people with disability, as well as people who have disability and have experienced abuse, neglect and exploitation. So we now offer that service as well. So a little bit about why we're here. So our programs are founded on the social and emotional wellbeing framework. And while we don't have a lot of time to discuss the details of this framework, I'm going to encourage everyone to have a look at this framework, download it from the internet. And if you're working with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander clients, or perhaps you're a client yourself, you can see how there are so many different determinants of wellbeing and mental health that are associated with social, emotional, political and historical experiences. And it's really critical that we take this into consideration when we're providing mental health services to our clients. This is a good start to developing a cultural competence and cultural humility journey so that you can ensure that you're providing a safe service to your clients or accessing services that are safe for you. Now I'm going to hand over to Shelley, and she's going to give you a quick overview of her role as an Aboriginal narrative therapist, working with clients with complex mental health issues, as well as why setting up a culturally appropriate therapeutic relationship is so important when working with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander clients.
Hi everyone, and thanks for having me. So nice and sunny here in Adelaide today. Actually, we're just not far from the beach, so which is lovely. So just to share a little bit, I'm a Nurundjeri woman, so of my family come from that area, and I took this role thanks to my mum, who was an Aboriginal health worker for Nunkuwarrin Yunti for 45 years. So, so I'm carrying on the legacy, I hope, in a good way. So, narrative is the way that we make sense of things. So, the person always seems to think that they're the problem. So with narrative counselling, we look at it as that the person is not the problem is the problem. So, we have this internalised idea of a problem where people believe that they were the problem. So a person might say something, for example, I'm depressed or I'm anxious. So this would be an internalised description of themselves because they are saying they're the problem. So, an example of externalisation with that particular language tends to be taken as the whole story about the person. So, people use the word she's schizophrenic rather than saying she's someone who lives with the effects of schizophrenia. So, as a worker, our role is to sort of, be a little bit curious and take a not knowing stance as a worker. So, I use the word be a little bit nosy, but in a capacity of not taking over, the conversation with the client. So, and we work around understanding identity with our clients. So, the narrative idea about identity focus on the themes and the commitments. So, and the purpose of how we live our lives by. So, and with that, the beliefs and values that shape how we want to live. So we take a strong interest in hopes and dreams and that clients hold on, within their lives and their plans and visions and their intentions. So with this, it gives the clients a chance to gain a richer description of what's really important to them. So what we do here, and I think this goes for, all counsellors in, all people that deal with clients in a counselling role, is about the relationship. And, and that doesn't happen overnight. So, the norms are, to do an appropriate self-introduction and acknowledge the cultural issues and identifying cultural needs. And I'll enhance that a little bit now. So, when we start off, it's about where are you from, mate? Who's your family? But then still in the back, take in consideration that you may be talking to a member of the stolen gen as well. So, and this opens up a window and the discussion around family where sometimes, they can be the dominant story in, our lives. And, always asking, who that person wants to work with. Would you like to work with a female? Would you like to work with, a male? Or would you prefer Aboriginal or non-Aboriginal? Because sometimes community, because we know each other and we're so close, it's like, no, I don't want to work with another black fella. No, they know too much about me. So, we need to take that into consideration. And and then with that, check whether it's okay to sort of speak about a name of a deceased person as well, because they may come up around, the grief and loss. Check if that's okay to mention that person's name that has passed. And sort of look at, if where the client wants to sit. Sometimes people don't want to be sitting in a four walls with, nothing around them. There might be the bare essentials and it's too clinical sometimes. They might not want to be sitting that. So, sometimes we'll go, we're lucky we've got a park here where we can sit on the lawn, we've got the beach and, we could sit down there. So there's those sort of things to take into consideration when we're working with clients. So, and also communication to the client about their rights and responsibilities and the rights and responsibilities of, our rights as well with the client. So and then we do the provision of information that the client about the process of counselling, what that may look like for them and what do they hope to achieve from this as well. So, which is very important. So it's given the client ownership as well, we're not coming in to take over. So yeah, that's about it.
I guess from our perspective, we believe that everyone should have the right to access culturally safe and appropriate services, no matter where they go. We're lucky we're an Aboriginal community controlled organisation. We have both Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal staff. There's a lot of services out there that work with Aboriginal clients, and everyone who can take an individual stance with this. Cultural humility is about your own position, your own morals, your own ethics when you're working with someone, a position of becoming an ally rather than a position of power in these consultations. So cultural competence is not just about learning about somebody's culture. We can never know, as a non-Indigenous white woman in a management position in this organisation, I can never know everything that I need to know about somebody else's culture. It's not my place. I like to learn, but it's about me turning up every day with no judgments, checking my privilege at the door, and having cultural humility in everything that I do when I'm working with my team, when I'm working with with the clients. And I really encourage everyone to think about what their cultural competence and cultural humility journey is, where they are on that, and reach out, find a cultural mentor wherever you can, so that we can provide these safe and appropriate services for our clients. Like I said, the social and emotional wellbeing framework is just amazing, and it's a good starting point to ensure that you are doing that.
Well, thank you guys for that. That was very informative. And are there any other services that you do provide that you'd like to let people know that might be watching this would be interested in? Yeah.
So we're the mental health recovery team, but as an organisation, we're a multidisciplined organisation. So we have physical programs, we have doctors, specialists come in and visit, we have psychiatrists come in and visit. We're also offering tackling tobacco programs, family partnership programs, maternal health. We're a one-stop shop, but we also rely on our external relationships with other mainstream services to deliver a real wraparound service for our clients, and we want to be that for other services as well. So we're certainly here for advice. We're here to help, and if you're a client and you need some support at the moment, please reach out to us. We can certainly be there to help you.
And where's the best way to find you guys?
So the website probably would be the best one. So it's nunku.org.au, or you can contact us by phone or email. I can probably get you some more information, but the website is the best place to start for us. Fantastic.
Well, I want to thank you guys for that, and also thank you for all the work you're doing in the community and for helping us be more culturally competent as well. Do you know what I mean? Because that's it's very important, and moving forward as a society, we need services like this to be able to make life better for our children as well, and for the people that are here, but especially for future generations. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye. Nakan.